that there's a simplicity of life that is so important, and that sometimes it's easy to overdo it. Just a little bit. But you see, that if you just believe, if you just believe, anything is possible. Here. Have some more. Anything is possible. And so the thing though that I find is that life really gets complicated. Life gets busy. And life gets cluttered. And then, before you know it, you can't see the truth anymore. You can't see reality anymore. Because all that glitters is not Christmas. I love glitter. It's a good time of year to actually strip away all of the glitter, all of the things that tie us down and attach themselves to us. And strangle us. I actually had a dream once that I was walking down a street and it seemed like it was Jerusalem. And I'm walking close to a wall and I'm on the sidewalk and I can hear voices speaking. And as I approach these voices, I can hear them getting closer as I'm walking. And I'm thinking, none of my business. I'm going to just keep on walking by. I'm not going to look. I'm not going to be nosy, but I'm nosy. Okay, I'm not going to look. But I do. Typically, I turn and I look, and there is Jesus speaking with a man, having a conversation in the vestibule of his home. As I stopped, his eyes caught mine, and of course, if you were to ever to see the face of Jesus while he was here on earth, I'm sure that you could not turn away. I stopped and I was mesmerized. His eyes were like eternity going on forever, the deepest, deepest eyes I had ever seen. And he never said a word to me, but he spoke to me. And he said to me, "There you are. I've been looking for you. And I'm so glad you're here, because I've been waiting." He walked towards me and I walked towards him. And he put his hands on my face and held my face in the palm of his hands. And his presence shook me so much, I woke. To this day, people still ask me, "Are you sure that you weren't transported back in time?" Because the details of this dream are so real. I heard birds singing, I felt the wind on my face, and I felt the sun on my face. It was very, very real for me. But his message was clear. There you are. I've been waiting for you. I'm so glad you're here. How many wait for an encounter with God? How many realize that he's waiting for an encounter with you? It's important every day to learn to thrive in God's presence. Not survive, not be in God's presence, but to thrive. That means to excel above to go the extra mile. And then there's a scripture that came alive in me, and I believe they call that a rhema word when that happens. There's a scripture that came alive. It was Psalm 103:5, and it says that he satisfies our mouths with good things. And didn't we do that tonight? Satisfy our mouth with good things, and he would renew us with the youth of an eagle. There was a man who was sitting in the courts, and he was blind. And some of you know the story. Jesus came along, and the crowd said to him, "What has this man done, or what have his parents done, that this man would be blind, would cause him to be blind?" And Jesus looked at them and said, "There was nothing that his parents did, and nothing that he did that caused this. This was so that God would be glorified." And I think about the time when Paul was in prison, and he was singing praises, songs of praises to the Lord. And what happened? Come on, how many know what happened? The prison doors were open. The chains broke off. The prison doors were open. Nobody was around. They flew out, and they were set free. And all of these are clues to what God was showing me about my victory. A song of praise, a promise for healing, to be renewed as the youth of an eagle, and my step of faith to thrive in his presence.